this junk at the beginning. Now I can do it a couple different ways. I can either click and drag this edge this way till I get to that point. Okay, that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is, remember if I do this right, T. T is the one.
Control T?
Nope, just T. T cuts a spot in time wherever the playhead is. Now, automatically, everything to the left is highlighted. I just press delete.
I like that better.
It goes away. And then
T for trim.
T for trim, that's right.
Okay.
And then I drag this to the left, and so
And it becomes the beginning.
The new start. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Now, one thing I can do is I can, this little gear comes up.
Yeah.
It's a clip selector. I can go down on this and I can add a starting transition like that. So now I fade up from black.
This is
It just does it for you.
Writing Center's
How
2-minute
long do you know that it was supposed to be, or just does
You can adjust it later if you want.
Sure.
If I want to zoom in, this is a little zoom dial here I've got, so I can zoom way in if I
You
want.
can get super
If I
detailed,
wanted to,
right.
if I wanted to grab this
And
transition
shrink it.
and make it longer
right.
or shorter, I could. I could change the transition by making it some other kind of transition, but I'm fading from black at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it looks like this.
This is Madison College Writing Center's 2-minute tutors. I'm Kate Stover.
I'm Suzanne Triber, and today we will answer the question, what is a comma splice and how do you fix it?
Okay, so now what I'm looking for is how close I can. This is what I did first. I went through this whole video and I did kind of a rough cut type of a pass to get my timing pretty right before I think about adding any arrows or highlights or zooms.
Sure.
I go through and I just make sure that my slides are matching up with my
The
audio.
sound,
Does it make
yeah.
sense?
Okay.
So to do this, what I did is I
This
rolled
is
and
Madison
watched
College
and
Writing
listened.
Center's 2-minute tutors. I'm Kate Stover.
I'm Suzanne Triber, and today we will answer the question, what is a
So right where it said, what is a comma splice? I want to see that. And so I was a little bit late going to that slide.
okay.
And so what I can do is find that spot. There it is. All right, there's the spot. Give me a second, ladies. I want to see something here. I'm a little annoyed that this is on the bottom. I just want to see something. Can I drag this below? Yes. I can. Okay, so this is the way I'd rather work, with the video on the top.
Because that's what you're playing with.
That's right. Okay, and you can even give yourself a little bit to make it less by dragging it down even further, and then I think you can will allow you to see. I don't go into this that often. What is this? Does this do anything at all? Okay, not really. That just allows you to move it around. Okay, so all right, so there we are. Now this is what I'm dealing with here. This video. Okay. So what is a comma splice and how do you fix it? I want to make sure that falls when you say it. So I'm just going to find out where it happens right about here. Okay, just going to press T and make that cut again. Okay, and I can drag this back, get it out of my way. Just listen.
Stover? I'm Suzanne Triber, and today we will answer the question, what
Right there. What is a comma splice? Just want that to fall right there. I'm going to take this one and
push
just
it
put it
back.
right to there.
will
Now,
answer the question, what is a comma splice
right.
and how do you
That's all it
fix
is. Cutting
About
and
2
trimming.
minutes, we'll talk about
So
the
you do
most
it a few
important
times, I imagine it'll
Yeah.
come naturally.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Once you get a feel for what I'm doing, it comes very quickly. But there's another thing that you're going to need to know, all right, going through this. Sometimes I might have gone to something too early, and I need to extend this further before I get to it. So there's a way to do that too. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's not that big of a deal. All right, so let's see if I can find a spot like that.
I agree with that, Kate. Let's look at the
You can just
basic
make up a
definition of a
spot,
comma splice.
because we've already got
Okay.
a
Comma
good one of
splice
these.
is when a comma incorrectly joins two sentences.
Okay, but Suzanne, what's a sentence?
Sure.
Okay, so say,
Yeah, I agree with that, Kate. Let's look at the basic definition of a comma splice. A comma splice is when a comma
okay, so say for instance, just say for instance, I wanted
basic definition.
this to last longer. Okay.
This screen
This
right there.
screen. I wanted this to go a little longer before it went to
A comma splice.
this. Do you see that? All right, so say I wanted to extend this. So the way I do that, you gotta remember what it's called here. It's called freeze frame or something like that.
Like
Add freeze frame, Command
edit.
Shift F. You can either do it under edit or you can go Command Shift F.
for freeze.
Okay, so watch what happens when I do that. Command Shift F. Oh, I have to have that selected. Command Shift F does that.
Ah, okay.
So it made a cut, all right, and it gave me this thing.
In replacement.
Yeah, and what this is just a little freeze frame of this. Okay? So I can take this and I can stretch it as long as I want. Okay?
A splice. A comma
Does that make
splice
sense?
is when a comma.
I have this extra little bit now that I can stretch as long as I want. Okay? Does this make sense?
It seems sort of magical that it knows how to add stuff.
Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky.
It's a little tricky.
So whenever you pause in your editing space here, the screen that you're pausing on shows up. Is that fair to say?
Wherever your playhead is what you're looking at.
Right.
This
And
is
so
like-
how did this show up? Like, how did these show up down
Okay.
here?
Let's just Command Z and undo everything. All right, so here.
It's when you make an action?
Yes, so
Okay.
here I am. I'm going in time, and this is what I want. This point in time is what I want to take a picture of. I want to make that last longer. So I go Command Shift F. Oh, but I have see. Make sure you have it selected.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Because
nothing.
you were in this.
Yep.
Got
if
it.
you don't have it selected, you're going to be. Why isn't this working?
Okay.
Got to have it selected so it's surrounded on
yellow.
yellow. But now I have that selected. I want to make a freeze frame right at that point. Command Shift F. So right at that point.
So these screens will show up when you are adding or subtracting. When you're editing. When
Editing.
you're cutting
Yep.
or when you're adding.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Trimming or freezing. I should say.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to be doing
Okay.
a lot of T, and you're going to be a lot of Command Shift
Shift.
F
Okay.
to make freeze frames.
Okay.
Okay. And then when you make a Command Shift F freeze frame, everything to the left is highlighted yellow, but this is actually your freeze frame.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's what you, that's your bench. That's what you're
Yeah.
holding.
Yep.
That's
You
your
made a
hold.
cut, and so if I didn't make
So you can make this bigger or smaller, however
That's right.
you want.
That's
right.
right.
Now it's at 20
it
to 22 seconds.
defaults by to a couple seconds. I
There you
think.
go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can
And it-
shrink it
and it-
1 second or
Yep.
whatever.
And it
or stretch
pushes
it
everything to
later.
the right.
Understood.
And so this is my video. If I got rid of that freeze frame, you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
It just
I do.
added this freeze frame.
I get it.
This is the rest of my video right here.
Yes, I got it.
Okay?
Yep.
And so depending on how long you want to
So-
make that freeze frame, you can drag this as far as you want.
Yes.
And I can
then that
select
could be as
this and
long
I can
as you want.
extend this and it'll stay on that view for as long as I want.
I got it.
Okay?
Yes. Do you
All
get
right.
that, Kate?
Yeah, it seems a little magical to me, but
Okay.
I understand.
Just think
it.
about it this way. It's like, do you see how this is in yellow right now?
Yes.
Like you are actually sort of inserting another
Yeah.
frame into this, but they're going
Yes.
to eventually join seamlessly.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's just, like in what was it in like Electric Company, and they, like a letter drops down. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
That's what we're.
Yep.
That's what we're
Sure.
doing.
Yeah,
Sure.
just taking a freeze frame and
we drop something in, and then the others come around it.
Yep.
Yep. And
Yep.
then it.
Or we take something out, and the others wrap around.
Yep. All I'm
fill
doing
up
now
that
is
space.
Command Z, which is undo on a Mac. I'm just
Okay.
Command Z gets rid of that. Okay.
Okay.
And we're gonna
which
just,
is Control Z on a PC. Yeah.
and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more.